Hey everyone, this is Scott Cooper, producer and director at Parkway Productions Studio. You'll generally find me on the other side of the camera, but today, here I am in front of the camera and in front of you with Thursday Thoughts. If you've ever been to a dentist's office, a doctor's office, and sometimes even a normal business office, a couple years back, you might remember there were these motivational posters, and they had these powerful messages like integrity, teamwork, achievement. And they'd pair each of these messages with some majestic and grand inspirational image. But ironically enough, like one of my favorite motivational posters, it wasn't really that grand an image. It was actually kind of sad or kind of funny in a way. It was a cute little kitten hanging on to a tree for dear life. And the caption of the poster simply said, "Hang in there." And it reminds me of a story of a man walking along a cliff, and he lost his footing, and he's falling off the cliff, and he grabs a hold of a branch, and he's crying out for help, screaming to the heavens, help me, and nobody comes, and he's on the verge of giving up, and then he hears a voice from the heavens. "Sam, can you hear me?" "Yes, I can. Who is that? Can you help me? Who is it?" "Sam, it is the Lord." "God, you see my plight. Help me. I'll serve you the rest of my life. Whatever I have to do, God, please, just tell me what I need to do. Just save me, God. Save me. And he's holding on to this branch. "Sam, I need you to listen very carefully to me and do something very simple. Let go of the branch." "What, God?" "Sam, let go of the branch." Sam pauses for a long time, and then he yells out, "Is there anybody else up there who can help me? Anyone at all?" The story is, of course, humorous, but it has a serious thought. Because at some point, you have to let go, and as the saying goes, let God. Because in this day and age, we really and truly have no other choice. Sin abounds more and more every day. The very air around us seems like there's just a sense of unease, and it's so easy to fall into disillusionment as we look at the chaos around us. And lately, God's pulled my attention to the book of Job, and for over 30 chapters, after Job loses everything, he and his friends have these long, meandering discussions that ultimately really don't seem to lead anywhere. But my favorite part begins in chapter 38 when the Lord replies to Job. And he begins with this simple statement, but he says, "Job, where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth?" And for the next several chapters, God breaks down how he controls every aspect of creation, the mountains, the seas, the creatures, the very heavens, the stars, and all that is contained within it. And when Job replies in chapter 42, after just being in a state of silence and listening, he is a shaken man. He says, "I know that you can do all things, and that no purpose of yours can be thwarted." God's purpose cannot be thwarted. It cannot be changed. Job's friends tried to use human logic to work out, comprehend, and understand God. And ultimately, Job had to make sacrifices for them, just so God would forgive their ignorance and not pour out his wrath upon them. We cannot hope to comprehend, understand God completely, because Isaiah 55:8-9 says, "My thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are my ways your ways, declares the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." It's a very familiar passage. Let go, let God receive the revelation of Job, that God can do all things. No purpose of his can be deterred. Don't give in to the stress, the anxiety that's plaguing this world. You start looking left and right, it's not going to do you any good, because once again, Matthew 6:25, Jesus talking, saying, "Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, not yet for your body what ye shall put on. Is not life more than meat, and the body than raiment? And of course, Philippians 4:6. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be known to God. And finally, 2 Timothy 1:7. For God gave us not a spirit of fear, but of power and love and self-control. Dedicate time to seeking God. Read His words of comfort. Pray to Him. Cut out the noise, the hyperbole of this world, because I assure you, it will bring you nothing but sorrow and pain. But when we cut that stuff out, we trust in Him, we are given peace everlasting. I know in a way, my thought today was a contradiction, for ironically, the best way to hang in there is by letting go and trusting God. Let go, let God. Thank you guys for listening to my thought today, and I pray sincerely that you have a day of rest and rejuvenation, hopefully free from anxiety and any stress that might try to plague you. God bless you in Jesus' name.